Hey Johnny, thanks for your question. This question comes from one of the tests you guys have been working on and asks you to create, well, let's read it. The histogram below shows the distribution of heights in inches of adult males, 100 adult males. Based on the histogram, which of the following is the closest to the interquartile range in inches for the distribution? Interquartile range is generally found from a box plot, but they gave you a histogram. They're very nice. They made sure every class of size 1. If they didn't make class size 1, it's a whole different situation. And those kind of problems don't belong in this class. It'd be a different level of statistics. But they made all the classes size 1, which is great. And frequency means how many times it occurred. So basically, you want to take all of these numbers, is 100 of them. You're going to list them. And list them all out, like I have here. So here we are. So I basically took them all. I began writing them one at a time. Then realized it's going to take a while. So then I started grouping them, like 61 appeared twice, and 62 appeared 3 times. 63 appeared 4 times, 5 times for 64. 65 was 6 times. So instead of actually doing it and listing them all out, the page would be full of numbers. But ultimately, I just need to know how many times it occurred. And how I know how many times it occurred, again, you look at the picture. So you look back at the picture. Your counts tells you how many times it occurred. It said it occurred 11 times. 66 occurred 10 times. So you're going to write 66 10 times. So instead of doing it that way, I wrote it that way. I wrote it the way I did on the page. You don't want to really do it by hand. You can go into your calculator, turn it on, go to Stat, and go to List 1. And I'll type them all in. Like when it said there was 3 62s, I just wrote 62 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I just kept going down the list, adding all those things with the proper count. And it takes a minute. It takes about a minute or two. I type them all in and make sure your counts are right because it's 100 data points. After you get done, I hit second mode to quit. If I go to Stat again, I can go over to Calculate one variable statistics with List 1. And it gives me my mean, which I don't really need right now because I can see that from the histogram. What I can see now is, though, the min, the max, the median, interquartile range. And those are the things you need for a box plot. So the min, Q1, median, Q3, and the max. So basically, if you remember on box plots, here's your minimum, here's Q1, here's Q2, here's Q3. Q2 is also called the median. And our interquartile, here's the max. According to this picture, our Q1 value is 66. And our Q3 value is 71. And our IQR is how far they're apart. Is the distance of the box, the length of the box. So it's Q3 take away Q1, which is 71 take away 66, which is 5. So our IQR for this problem is 5. It's very easy to do as long as you understand that you actually have to take the counts from the picture and actually plug into your calculator. And you let the calculator find all those values you need, Q1, Q3, and so forth. Make the box plot, and so forth. So that's how you find it. Have they actually for outliers, just remember that outlier formula is Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR, or Q1 take away 1.5 times the IQR. So you can decide whether or not something is an outlier by seeing whether or not it's bigger than this value or smaller than this value. This question didn't ask for it, but they could, given the fact that they gave you that information. That's all I have. Good luck.